Show.
It's the Daily Talk Show, episode 630.
And it's our final episode, according to Hamish Blake. Well, it could have been our final episode.
You're not going to play that shit audio again, are you?
No, but Hamish did say that, you might get to 6:30 and then decide, look, there's something else we want to do.
Is there anything you want to say?
Happy Saturday. What's going on?
How are you feeling?
I'm a bit tired today.
Okay,
but
that's okay.
It's I think the thing about this show, I reckon I've had the worst diet of my life on this show based on a few of the activations and things we sort of allow ourselves to consume based on just people giving us shit. I mean, we've got a show Baker. We do Fat Fridays.
Yeah, we had Leah in and now Glyn has joined us. Hello, Glyn.
G'day, guys.
Flown in from
Florida.
Sunny Florida.
Mate, I saw on your bag as you walk through, I'm observant, hand sanitizer.
Yes.
Is that a new addition based on shit that's going on?
It was a restock.
A restock. So
but it has been empty for quite a while.
Okay, so it's not for coronavirus.
Yeah.
It
was, yeah.
It was?
Yeah.
But you got through it so quickly and now it's just on your bag.
Well, the one that was on there was that had been there for a long time and gone. The new one definitely made sure I had some for this flight.
Yeah, good.
And
anyway.
so that mask, you did an Insta story where you had a mask.
I didn't see this. What's
It
this?
was almost like a hazmat-esque.
I'd been spray painting.
Okay, sure. Because it was
okay.
like a full-blown, like doomsday style.
Yeah.
I think maybe at Halloween, did I try one on? Like I was looking at one of those masks.
I think that might have got some interesting comments in
That
there.
was a-
What
yeah.
if I'd worn that?
Yeah, he was wearing a gimp mask.
It was similar.
Glyn found the podcast. You live in Florida. You were at our Friday night drinks.
Yes.
That was in Jan, and now you're back in our great land,
And back, yeah.
mate.
Just for a
welcome.
couple of days, quick visit, and then back again in another month or so.
I mean, is it true that you just came to give us snacks, and that's why you're in Australia?
That's it. Snack delivery service.
And that's what I was
Keep up
alluding.
with the baker and everybody else.
Yeah. You're
I
a
love you.
candy dealer from the States. I mean, this is what I was alluding to about sort of
Blowing
consuming
out
calories that I probably
the time.
wouldn't normally do. It's like if Nonna hands you food, you eat it. Glyn gives you lollies from the States, you consume them. Come on, I want to see these.
Yeah, what do we
I just need a
got?
little pep me up.
Okay, here we go. So Glyn has, I love the sound of the rustling is making excited. Okay, great.
Okay.
All right, so,
All right.
here we go.
So
we've got, thank you. All right, Glyn, sharing size, absolutely not. So these are peanut butter, and Twizzlers. Fuck me.
Twizzler sticks.
Resealable. We won't need to be resealing these.
And what are these? Mike and Ike Mega Mix.
What's the Mega Mix?
I love
That's
it.
a good question.
The Mega Mix, gluten-free, fat-free.
Good for you.
Yeah.
It's fruit.
Natural and artificially flavoured. So, I don't know, these are like...
I remembered you were a little critical of the last M&Ms you tried, which I think were pretzel.
Yeah, we tried those, yep.
Yeah, the peanut butter's the way to go.
Oh, these smell like nerds. I mean, we just did a whole day of eating yesterday, but...
Okay. They almost look like medicine.
Well, they taste like medicine.
Do you... can I guess where you got them from?
Yeah.
CVS?
Yeah.
Fuck. So CVS, for people who don't know, it's like a pharmacy for
Bottle
fat
shops.
fucks.
Yeah.
It's like
It's an expensive, tiny supermarket.
but like a lot of confectionery.
Get your insulin from there.
Get your
something
diabetes.
that spikes your insulin.
Well, there's plenty of candy and no hand sanitizer.
Really?
Totally gone. Everywhere I looked for hand sanitizer this week.
Where, in the
gone.
States?
Yep.
What about toilet paper
we're
in the
freaking out
States?
too.
I think they're good on toilet paper.
Really?
They're freaking out, though.
No, not yet. Maybe
Well, Trump
after
put
they see
in-
some of the video from here this week.
Trump went hard, banned people from coming into the country.
Uh-oh.
Really?
No, banned people from China
really?
entering
But
the
maybe
country. Like, he
Glyn will
went
have-
harder than Australia has.
Oh, really?
So, anyway, mate, this is good.
What's the
do you
what's the vibe like in the US with the Democrat stuff?
So they just had Super Tuesday. That was yesterday. And that's when Biden got on a bit of a run with votes.
I heard about
So he won a few states. Bernie Sanders won a few states. And then they had 2 or 3 people drop out. Two of the more centrist candidates dropped out. Buttigieg and
Bloomberg, is it? Or no?
he's still
Amy
in.
Klobuchar.
Well, so
Klobuchar.
he's got the
And so
cash.
they both dropped
Bloomberg-
out and pledged their support behind
Yeah.
Joe Biden.
Sure.
And Yeah, it'll be interesting.
It's like
They'll be
sport.
down to 2 in a couple of weeks, would be my guess.
It's so weird. It is like a sport.
Who do you think's going to win it? Like, what's the vibe in Florida? What are people thinking? Or they're not there at the beach?
They don't like the Democrats in Florida, period.
Oh, interesting.
Very red state.
So the
Oh, wow. God.
back to the candy where we
Just quickly.
where we can speak to with
Yeah.
authority.
You can.
I also I agree. I haven't been taking into account like the different colours, but these Mike, what are they called?
Mike and Ike's.
Mike and
Ike's.
Ike's. I love the Mike and Ike's. They're delicious.
Pretty good.
Mike and Ike Mega Mix sounds like a DJ.
And so there's like
Who's
this,
just dropped the new Mega Mix.
so there's pink, there's purple, and they've got real like dialed in, like my face is stinging. That's how much like flavours in them.
Really?
The M&Ms, I haven't had them yet because I'm pumped. I'm just
They're good.
holding back. But Rhett and Link, these YouTubers, have you heard of Rhett and Link? They do Good Mythical Mornings. They're almost like a Hamish and Andy in the US from North Carolina, now
just
living
check 'em
in
out.
California. They're great. And a lot of their content is around food. And this week they did a video where they tried every flavour of Ben & Jerry's.
That's
It's 54 flavours.
Oh, wow.
And the number one flavour they voted was the, I think it's called peanut butter house. And it's
Okay.
just like actual peanut butter in and amongst it.
It's the problem with it. It's flawed because once you just have sugar in your mouth, like by the fifth scoop, all you taste is just sweet sugar.
They had a salt lick.
That's funny. Like a little.
What is a salt
No,
lick?
I had
Salt lick, you would use a salt lick if you're trying to attract deer to your
Interesting.
land.
You get a salt lick if you had a guinea pig or a rabbit.
Yeah.
You can get little salt licks for the side of the cage. It's really funny though.
And so does a salt lick go down in size as you lick it?
Sure it would eventually.
Like a gobstopper.
Yeah.
I rate these.
I think I've never heard this saying, but you could say it doesn't pay to be sad. Or do you think it does pay to be sad?
If you're Limo, he gets a lot of content from that.
True. Depends if you're a comedian. For my wife, it doesn't really pay to be sad, but it paid off recently. She was sad when she was walking around.
Did you do your first segue on the show?
That was a great little bit. Listen, I'm
it.
going to.
I'm
So
sorry, I fucked it.
Yeah. It's you don't point out segues or you don't
Yeah, I
point
know.
out sound effects.
No,
when
well,
you
no,
use
it was
them.
just
You don't point out intros.
It was just good as like, do you know what's good? Do you know what's not good? I don't know. It was just a funny, like if we were having a conversation, I'd pick up on it. And that's why I have.
But
So it paid to be sad.
she was walking around and she was a bit sad and she was like, I was looking down, I was a bit sad. And then I found $50. Only because she was looking down though. Like usually she's, if you're a bit chipper and you're up and about, you're looking ahead, you're fucking sniffing around, and
That sounds like real sad.
she just said she was walking and she was sad and that she's like, I was looking down more than normal.
Was she looking down just like, what am I doing? Like, what do you reckon? Did you say, hey, babe, why were you sad? Or you're like, oh, that's
Nah,
great,
she
$50.
just texted me, just said, I found $50. I said, let's go to the Veneto Club.
Oh, that's great. So you're going to?
Oh, we've been.
Oh,
It happened. But I was like, it's so true. If you're looking, it's just because if you're observant, do you think you're observant, Glyn,
No.
of your surroundings?
No. Terrible memory, not very observant. I
Mate,
think things will get by me.
it's good to know. Yeah, it's
that was
really-
on your yearbook. Things will get by me.
What
Maybe I
a,
used
that
to
should be.
I'm not sure.
This should be your Instagram bio. Things will
much-
get by me.
What's the most cash you've found?
Ooh. Not much, really. Like, you'd be doing well to find $50 on the ground.
I mean, you find dollar notes in
Yeah.
the States, but it's like, it's only $1 and
Yeah.
they're just annoying to have on you if you're walking around.
But I guess like tipping and stuff, you still need it. Like when was the last time you had a $2 bill?
I actually have one.
Really?
Found it years ago.
And so they're pretty
I've held
rare.
on to it. You never see them. I didn't realize it was a real thing when I found it.
Really?
Yeah.
Have they discontinued the creation of them?
I don't know. I'm not sure. They might, but they're definitely not common.
Steve,
You'd never get one in like change at the register or anything like that.
would be a big deal.
Yeah.
Casey Neistat made that video about getting a whole heap of $2 bills and he got like a suitcase of them.
So
He's like loves the $2 bill.
or Steve Wozniak.
Apple founder?
Yeah, one of the founders of, can you look this up, Set 97? Can you look up $2 bill, Steve Wozniak? When you're that rich, you can be pretty eccentric. And so what I believe I read that he did was, you know how you have a notepad and at the end of the notepad it has like the glue adhesive sort of thing and you tear it off? He added that to stacks of $2 bills. And so that's how he would tip people, is he would pull out a notepad of $2 bills and would tear them off.
I thought you were going to say he'd figured out it wasn't worth his time to bend down and pick one up.
No, but I wonder if that is actually, Sevs, can you see anywhere? Is that a thing?
Yeah, so he self-printed his own $2 bills.
Okay, well, that's slightly different.
That's fraud.
Yeah, it might be illegal.
It's legit. No. It's actually he bought like the printer or paid for it or whatever.
This isn't adding up, but go on.
No, he went. I get what you're trying to say. He got a deal with the mint or whoever.
He just
makes
went.
it.
Yeah.
He's got perforated pads of $2 bills that he rips off. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah.
Yes. It's
I
legit.
wonder how much he paid.
There's a photo of him doing it.
That's pretty cool, don't you reckon?
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's eccentric.
Yeah. What?
Like you think it's bullshit.
Yeah. I mean,
Do you know Banksy, the street artist? He created the fake notes and was like, and threw them or something. I think this is right. And so many people were finding them and actually trying to use them that he's like, I got to not do this because it's fucking with everybody.
Mm.
And so he realized that the bills were like looking good. I mean, it looks American.
Was it a $100 bill or what was it?
Look it up. Banksy pulls notes from art. Like he was doing it as an art installation, throwing money or something. But then had to like, nah, I'm not doing that anymore.
You could see that happening. Venmo. Do you use Venmo?
Yeah. Venmo or Square Cash.
What's the deal with Venmo?
It's great. It just makes it so simple to transfer money between people.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need any of the bank account details or anything like that. You just link your own details to the app and you can use it to send money to anybody. It's really good.
Okay.
There's a lot of places in the US, I'm sure you guys saw it, where they don't like to split bills.
Yeah.
Like in New York, if you go to a restaurant, they're really, really big on not splitting bills. So
What do you reckon?
until 5 years ago, that was a huge mess if you'd go out with a group of people.
It's bullshit because I even last weekend went out to dinner with Jordan Michaelides. Went to a
He'd be
Persian.
paying, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he's got a vibe.
Is this?
We had
Glyn's
Persian.
met him.
Oh yeah, and so we were,
Friday night drinks.
and so we were got to the end of the night. It was time to pay. We're at a Persian place in Paran, and I said, "Oh, can we just split this 50-50?" And they said, "Oh, no, sorry, no split bills."
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so I said, I'm like, oh, okay, in that case, that's fine. We don't need to split bills. I just want to pay on 2 different cards, which I...
What happened?
Well, because it fucking pisses me off.
Yeah,
I'm like,
Sometimes they'll go for that over actually splitting the bills because at least they don't have to move items around and figure out.
well, that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
But that's what I was wanting, right? So I'm like, maybe it's in the framing. So I'll say this.
Yeah.
And then anyway, the lady says...
You're a bitch.
No, what she said. She said she piped up from around the counter she was like doing something else. She said, oh, no, we can't do it because then we're going to pay double GST and tax. I said, and I was like, okay. GST is a percentage, all right? So 10%.
She's just making up reasons.
Yeah, so 10%. And so, and then... and
Just
so
quickly, were you living in Australia when they brought GST in?
Yeah.
Big deal, yeah. As in, I actually meant that. It is a big deal, not
It
big
was
deal.
huge. Who was it? John Howard?
brought
Yeah.
it in. Yeah.
Just adds 10% to everything? Or adds a tax to the... It's full on.
And so anyway, yeah, it was annoying because I wanted to enter into it a bit more. And then Jordan's like, I'll just get it and Josh, you pay. And I was like, you stole that argument from me, Jordan. You know, I could have really...
Or, wasn't it Persian? Wasn't it just a tariff?
Yeah, it was a classic tariff. But
I know what you're doing here. No, I want to pay in 2 cards.
No, but it was
No, you can't. Yeah.
it was the opposite of a tariff. They
It was
weren't
a
helping me
neg.
at all. Yeah, they were nagging me.
I think if you pushed it, you could have got it. It's like, mate,
The guy was
This card
shaking.
only has this and this card only has this.
The guy was, when I said about the 10% thing, he was like, his eyebrows were like going crazy. He was like, started blinking. He's like, sorry, maths wasn't my, like, I could tell that if his colleague wasn't there, he would have just done it.
What if you said, I'll give you a tip of $10? Did you tip them?
I mean, nah.
No, because then it's at that point it's too confusing.
Well, the whole thing is I was like, we were the only people in the restaurant that fucked it. Like they've fucked it forever. Like I'm not going back there.
It usually works out like for the servers if they split the bills. They usually end up with a better tip anyway.
Yeah. Well, the thing is like Melbourne obviously doesn't have that whole tipping thing. But no, was the food good? Yes. But the thing was that the food was good based on what I had. You're opening the Twizzlers. No, just on the ground. It's fine. Just blow on it. Do you want some Twizzlers?
I'm all right for now.
Good. So the food was good for us, like for Bree and I, because we know exactly what we want. But Jordan, obviously, he's
brought his blender.
Well, he's known as the guy that he used to have to blend his food, and so he wanted to go. I think he wanted to go the same option. He's like, yeah, man, I'm going to get what you get, whatever you get. And then, like, you see Lauren being like, if you fucking have what he has, you're going to be up all night. And then so he's like, then the fucking last minute, he's like, I'm going to get the fish. I'm like, what, bro? What happened? So I gave him some of mine. The fish was dry, to answer your question. So his fish was like, and it looked, it was sort of a strange thing. And the other thing too is my favorite dish in Persian is kashkambadam jun, which is eggplant. And the way they do it is like they crush up like walnuts and stuff. Like it's eggplant with crushed up walnuts and then like cheese curd. And Lauren was allergic to walnuts. And so she couldn't have that. So she had to. And then Jordan said, I'll have to brush my teeth before I kiss you tonight. I was like, all right, mate.
But to you?
No, I just love the idea of fucking Jordan is real brushing his teeth.
Got to get it out.
Yeah, got to get it out.
Glyn, you missed the first Adventure Club, mate.
I know.
It's very sad.
No good. Next one, maybe.
No good as in.
It was a no good day.
You saw the Insta stories,
No, but I was thinking.
There might have been more people out of frame that I didn't see.
Exactly, mate. We needed 15 people to take that photo.
No, we hired people for the photo.
No, I think I've worked out how you have a lot of people come, and it's including alcohol in the event, because it was very easy to get people like 18 to 20 people, I think, whatever it was over that time, to a Friday night drinks. So maybe I want to like wrap together, could be a pub crawl that is the Adventure Club. So it's at a Friday night, you sort of start in one location. Sort of, I'm just trying to explain. I don't like the idea.
So I don't like the crawl bit.
We're not crawling. It's a pub walk.
No, sorry, walk.
Depends how well it goes.
Yeah. Well, I just feel like we don't need to move. Let's just settle in at one place.
It's a bit of fun though. Some larrikins that I knew, which was probably not safe for them to be doing this. It was like this booze cruise, and it was like they'd get bikes, old shitty bikes, get on the train, head down to like Sandringham, end of the line, and then start the pub there, and then all cruise down, to like probably 5 different pubs along the way. And by the end, their bikes.
Are they having food each time?
Mate, they're not that responsible.
Nibbles? What does that mean?
Why are they having nibbles each time? Like, why would you do that? Like, what comes to your mind as a non-drinker? Why are you thinking that? Are they having
just
nibbles?
Been hungry.
Well, you're going to a pub.
Yeah, but
they're not going for the food.
No, they're going for the booze.
Just going for the alcohol.
Maybe you get a bit of nibbles, but it's not like.
What's the point? You just exhaust the crowd and you move on to the next
Two non-drinkers here.
Glyn, where
What's
am
the
I,
point?
mate?
Is that what
What's the
happens?
point? Have they got nibbles?
Is it you're just sick of the vibe and you move to the next place? The drinks are all the same. The drinks are gonna be exactly the same.
Glyn, have you been on a pub crawl?
Yes.
Yes. So this is so.
It's like a classic uni thing to do, really.
Yeah, it's like there's an adventure in it. You start at one, you're like, off to the next place, boys.
You pick people up, you drop people off.
Yeah, you meet us along the way. Where are you now? Where
does Bond Club fit into it?
End of the night.
Yeah. Potentially, whoever makes it. But then you're too sloppy by the time you get there. Think about it. By the time you get to your 5th venue, you've probably had 2 drinks at each, if you're capable, and then you're done. And so there's walking. It's like go through the gardens. It's good fun. So you'd start in Abbotsford. You could like cruise up, walk through the sort of Fitzroy Gardens. Find
what shoes are you wearing? Are you wearing like
for you? Just wear your shoes.
Yeah, my Asics.
Definitely Asics. Too much walking otherwise.
You're not got your bloody tappers on. I mean, you haven't got your suit shoes on.
Do you know who would be great at a pub crawl?
Pete Shepherd.
Pete Shepherd, but
Long
also
legs.
Jason, our accountant.
Yeah.
I think he'd be really good.
Yeah, he'd be great.
And he'd be able to walk long distances in tidy shoes.
Tully too, because like I've seen her just rocking her whatever they are. She got just whatever her shoes are. Like they're like Converse or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like she'd get a quick pace on to keep the Gronks in check.
Okay.
But I think pub cruise anyway.
I
Didn't know how to explain why, what.
No, I get it. Just nothing on boats. The idea of doing like a booze
Oh,
cruise.
because you get boat sick.
Yeah, but also boats. No, it is
river
boat.
sick.
River sick, yeah, it could be river sick.
Because you can't go. I mean, it's half seawater, half. Depends
I
how
think
far
just
up
like,
the
but
Yarra.
also you're just like in sort of, and also you had the experience. The last time you shit yourself was on one of those experiences.
I'm happy to face
it.
my fears. Yeah.
So you won't be allowed on the boat. They'll be like, hang on, were you 2012? Were you?
No, but I think it'll be a sure way to get people in. And what you could actually do is take a $50. It's sort of like a buy-in, $50.
That's what I'm worried about, actually. Just the money.
No, you
deal.
don't. Then just go, come, bring cash.
So can we
Or
just? Why don't we?
your
Could
money.
we just get a deal? Is it too much to contact all the pubs beforehand and say, "Hey, there's going to be
this time.
There's going to be 20 of us."
How do you know when to leave one pub?
When someone yells.
Yeah.
Who's yelling?
I don't know. Glyn sounds like he's the guy that would do a bit of yelling. Hey, you were off alcohol. How are you going?
I think I told you I was planning on going down to Daytona for the Daytona 500, that would probably be the end of it. That was
not the end of
second
you, but
week.
just...
So that was supposed to be second week of February. Our plans fell through for the 500. We didn't end up going, so that brought the end of drinking date forward a couple of weeks to Super Bowl Sunday.
Oh yeah. Right. You had to allocate it
So
to a
I've been trying to
event.
behave myself since then, but
What did you give it a good nudge?
no, it wasn't too bad.
On the plane when you're coming here, do you get on the?
Nah.
No, you don't drink anything. Not the
I'll
wines, a red wine.
Yeah, something with food to maybe help with sleep a little bit, but
Mm-hmm.
nobody likes a hangover on a plane.
Oof.
Does it help you sleep, do you think? Okay. Because I was talking to someone about, because I went to bed tipsy the other night, like I just sort of fell into bed, and they were saying, oh, you're not meant to do that. You're meant to stay awake until you're fine to go to bed. What do you think's right?
I was just thinking of like CCTV footage of this
Me
giant baby. It's like a young child who's got into the alcohol cabinet but doesn't know what to do. But just, I think it'd be really funny. Just your joint CCTV'd up while you just, JJ's drinking red again.
Yeah.
And it's
Well, it's
just
always
footage
around
of
like
you.
a movie I don't have, like Brie wanted to watch Forrest Gump.
It's a good flick.
If you're drinking, yeah.
Is it?
Well,
that was a weeknight as well.
Yeah. It may not have been that night, actually. I went to bed early, though, from that. But I didn't realise that he actually, the metal bits fall off and he runs normal. Not to ruin it.
Well, he runs out of the house. He's not limping and then he's
And then it's like kids are chasing. I understand why all these films, it seems very common that there's a bunch of guys in like an old ute or whatever chasing people.
Yeah.
It's happened in multiple films.
Yeah.
Glyn, Mr. 97 turns 21 at the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
What should we do in regards to a party, do you think?
That's a good question.
What did you do for your 21st?
What did I do for my 21st? I was still in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we did anything too crazy. It was your typical suburban hire a hall kind of thing, I think.
Ah, yeah.
Oh, hire a hall. Fuck, we could hire a hall. Yeah, we could definitely hire a hall. How big was
You
the
could hire the Veneto Club.
Oh, yeah, fuck yeah. Could we hire the Veneto Club?
It'd be a room
I'd love to do a speech or whatever.
You could hire it and not tell them and just hold a function in amongst the pokies.
Oh,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah, true. I love that though. 21st at at like a scout hall, something old and dingy, bit
That's
dusty
exactly what it
floor.
was.
That's great. We pay for some sound and lighting.
Oh, yeah.
DJ, like even a jukebox, or we'd get someone on the decks.
Scooter could be in charge of like all AV
Imagine
stuff.
if we
like
got
that.
Grant Smiley.
His return.
We could easily get you a solid DJ to play.
Who else could we get? So who would be at the guest list? Tully. Would she make a speech?
Sure.
Okay. Who else do we need to
What would she
invite?
talk about?
LA?
Great question.
Yeah. I think she's just little sort of. I could imagine her making like a movie in iMovie, like taking all the clips.
So let's. I mean, we got a video production company, but I'm sure we could do.
But I feel like 21st part of the thing is like somewhat like
shit clips.
Yeah, a shit video
Shit
with all
edit,
the shit edit.
Real
Hey,
shit.
Holding on to the shots, vertical
George can't
video.
do it.
Yeah.
How many friends do you reckon, if you were just to put a number out there of who you could get to your party as in terms of your friends?
Why are we turning the show so sad?
Yeah, literally. As in people I want there.
Yep.
If you're not comfortable,
Less than 10.
Ooh.
Okay, let's go.
which what he
No,
really
so
means
no,
is
no.
less than 5, and he's also including his mum.
Without offending people.
Not including colleagues.
including colleagues.
Yeah, 3.
Yeah, they can't be on our Slack channel.
No, I mean, of my mates that are outside of the show, there's maybe like 7.
So we've got 7 people at the hall.
Yeah.
Gee.
Okay.
So, you know,
So we need a hall. You could use this room.
we don't need a hall.
Yeah, why do we need so much space though? I mean,
So 7 people, that would be great if we had a percentage up on the wall at the party of like people beyond 7. It's like Mason's friends and then 95 other people.
Chairman Rick would be there. Can you see what date?
Like, include your parents, include your friends. If you wanted to invite your auntie from
It'd be 10.
NZ.
It'd be 10.
Still 10?
Yeah, it'd be 10.
Jesus, I was trying to give you a bit more there.
can you look up what episode number it will be?
Sure.
Oh, yeah. What's 1st of November? 1st of Nov? It's your birthday?
Saturday. So it's
Is it a Saturday, 1st of November?
no,
It's a Saturday.
no, I don't. So it's
It's a Sunday.
Saturday the 7th right now. And so what's the how many days? So it's episode 630. What episode number?
241 days.
So that's
so 871.
and 70. 71.
And what day is your birthday?
It's a Sunday.
Oh, that's great. Because you
871.
do Saturday night into Sunday.
So 870
That's so good. 870 is
871.
871.
is on a Sunday, but we're doing a Saturday show.
Yeah, great. Okay.
We do a show from the
All right. So what
Party.
date is that? Let's put it in the cals.
yeah.
Glyn, do you reckon you could make it?
Can you make it?
I'll check.
November? Yeah.
Great. We can have 11 people.
Oh,
I thought you don't lie. Glyn was part of the team. What's the
No, I think it's one of those ones we can
Doncaster.
over the year we can start taking some suggestions. But the first one, I think it's locked in Hall.
yeah?
I love it.
It's-
Like Baldwin in Baldwin. Just
There's
find one.
at Graythorne Park, there's a scout hall.
Oh,
Is that your old
Can you look-
primary school?
No, Graythorne Park is just like
So a booking site.
can you look it up?
what?
Could we book
Hiring
it now?
Graythorne
Got to get in early.
Park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about your primary school?
Yeah, Graythorne Primary School.
Nah,
I don't know if you can hire.
You're not hiring
It's a bit-
primary schools. No way. Scout halls and
Smaller
shit. They need to
towns,
make
really.
some cash.
Footy clubs?
Footy clubs, yeah.
They're off season.
Sandringham,
November.
sick. It's in Sandringham. There's like some of the footy clubs have great views. Anything, Sevs?
Yeah, we can hire it.
How much?
You have to send an email. I mean, you have to
Really?
fill in a form.
Classic. Talking about filling forms.
And do we have a business hire only? Do we have public liability
Yeah.
insurance?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do.
20 mil
We're
coverage.
holding an event. This is great. It's a business event.
Do we need a
Tax
kitchen,
write-off.
toilet, outside
Yes,
area,
yes.
tables and chairs?
Yes.
Just chuck it all in.
Great.
Are you going to email them?
Do they have an internal AV person or are we going to have to hire
No.
externally?
Look, to be fair, I don't even know if they have a screen.
What do we do with security?
Yeah.
with conspiracy
I know
Jimmy.
a guy who runs a security company up in Shep.
How many would we need? What, you need one security guard per 10 people?
No.
So just the one?
It's not at a licensed venue, so it's
Oh, what, alcohol or no alcohol? If it's not licensed, can we still have alcohol?
no. I'm saying I think if it's a licensed venue that is selling alcohol, they might have to do some security stuff. There is some rule.
Would we just have, Glenn, what would the expectations be if you're attending finger food and like beer and wine?
Yeah, beer and wine, and then Tommy can smuggle in some harder booze, perhaps.
What sort of stuff?
Someone's going to have to get their responsible serving of alcohol certificate.
Oh, yeah. Who do we know? I'm sure we know people.
I know someone who does.
Maybe Hayden Dibb, tattoo.
18 and 21st birthday parties and schoolies celebrations are not permitted.
Well, you know what?
I'm
It's the Daily
22.
Talk.
It'll have to be your 22nd.
It's our 870th episode party.
Exactly.
Yeah. I wonder why they've got so much pushback.
Why can you do that? Doesn't make sense. What if you're 19 and you want to throw a party? Or 20?
No, losers do that.
Yeah, I don't think it's a thing. But no, okay. I'm excited for that. Well, we need to start getting any suggestions. If people have them, they can email us.
Yeah. Otherwise, if you want stickers or be a part of the VIP Gronk Squad.
What do they have to do, Sebs?
Go to thedailytalkshow.com/gronks and fill in the form.
We've had a few people submitting their
addresses. Any favourite addresses? I'm joking.
Read them out.
Yeah. We're dialing.
You're head of privacy, aren't you, Mr. Sebs?
Yeah, definitely.
Good. Yeah, so it's all trusted.
All right. Hopefully, Glyn, you're back in Melbourne for some reason.
We'll find a reason.
On that day.
We have a reason.
Great. Yeah.
There is I'm talking about someone pays for you to come over.
Oh, that would be great.
Like your work or something.
Yeah. Would you do a bit of a Kappa type of thing where we fly you the longest way around in a tuxedo?
That sounds terrible.
It'd be good fun though. The hand sanitizer would be helpful.
You'd need a bigger bottle.
It doesn't work, the hand sanitizer thing. That's what they're reporting. And they're also saying, guys, it's not a reason to not wash your hands, which is a big wake-up call for me, to be honest.
Yeah.
You don't wash your hands. You just sanitize.
No, I do, but I go very light because we've got the Dettol outside the toilet. So I'm like, I don't soap it, and then I go straight and use the Dettol.
Peanut M&Ms, a classic case of just
contamination.
I found myself like, I touched my nose or something and I was like, I realised you could probably watch it back, and then I started pouring them into my hand.
That's fine.
I was like, that's disgusting.
Right. All right. Glenn, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
You'll definitely have to come for that. How often are you going to be in before the end of the year, do you think?
Yeah, I'll be, my nephew's coming over to visit me in the US in a few weeks, and I'll be flying him all the way back here. So
great. When is that?
Yeah.
What date?
April, first week of April.
Oh, perfect. Mate,
are you here for a weekend?
Friday night.
Should we organise drinks for them?
Wednesday to Saturday.
Wednesday to Saturday, the first week. So did we say the first week of April then?
It's like the 6th or something like that.
You might have stuff on, but we'll try and coincide with some drinks.
Yeah.
Veneto Club, maybe. We'll see how we go. All right. Today the talk show. See you tomorrow, guys.
See you guys.